Hello everyone, welcome to ViTech Talks. In this lecture, we are going to talk about how to load data from MySQL to AWS S3 Bucket by using MuleSoft ETL process. So here, in last use case, we have seen only loan payment. Okay, loan payment. So we took one table and we have processed data by using an incremental way into AWS S3 Bucket every 1 minute. But in this use case, we are going to process 3 tables, okay, at the same time. How to process this? How to process 3 tables at the same time? It's like in a parallel mode. So this is what we are going to talk about in this video. So before going to watch this video, if you are watching this video for the very first time, so what you can do is you can go to our YouTube channel, ViTech Talks. So here, click on this playlist. There's a playlist called Data Migration. So here I have already created one video. Incremental load, okay. So first you can go through full load, then incremental load. So this is the video which I have created, how to do it for single table. But in this use case, we are going to talk about 3 tables or 5 tables in real-time scenario. So how we are going to process that? It's very, very important. Okay. So it's a continuation of this video. So we are going to follow the same process even for 3 tables or 5 tables. So before going to implement today's class, just go through this video. Even the link I have given in the video description too. Okay, let's get started. So this is the flow which we have developed for incremental load for single table. So here we need to take one scheduler. Okay, just you need to drag and drop a scheduler from Mule palette. Scheduler. So this is going to run for every 1 minute. For testing purpose, I have given for every 1 minute, or else you can use cron expression too. Okay, so every day at specific time, it's like 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. Okay, or else every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes. Okay, you can configure that one. So here we have used one logger to get to know whether the process is started or not. So here we are using watermarking concept. Okay, so what is watermarking? And everything I have explained in the previous video, just to go through it. So here we are using object store. Okay, object store. As part of object store, so one is for storing and one is for retrieving. Okay, so initial stage, so what we are doing is initial stage, what we are doing, we are going to take the data. Okay, so the default value is 0. Then the select connector, we are going to write our SQL query. It's very, very important. Okay, so how many records you want to process? Either 5 records or 500 records or 5000 records for single process. For testing purpose, I'm going to give here, okay, it's like a 5. Then, so once the load is completed, it's like, okay, once you have selected the data from table, so we are going to check the size of payload. If it is greater than 0, then we are going to store the latest number. Okay, suppose if it is a loan payment number, so what is the loan payment number, the maximum value or loan ID we are storing into our object store. Then we are transforming from object to CSV, we are converting. Then we are going to use AWS connector here. So first you need to configure access key and secret key. So it's very important. So once it is configured, so what you can do is you can configure bucket name. Just you can configure bucket name. So this is my bucket name. ViTech ETL POC. So this is my table name, okay, loan payment, the date and time, and concatenating with .csv. So here the payload, okay. So anyway, I'll debug this. Okay, this is the previous flow. So the same flow which we are going to use it for our use case. Okay, so this is our use case. So here we have implemented for loan payment. Now we need to add employees table as well as customer table. So how to process this one? Okay, how to process these three tables data at same time. That is our use case. So once it is loaded, then finally you are going to set this is called, okay, process is completed. Suppose we don't have any records, all the records were processed, then in that case it will go to default condition. All the records are processed, wait for the load to the source table. So if you assume here, so what we are doing in a watermarking, so first initial stage we are going to set, okay, see here, so the limit is 3. See first 3 records, 31, 31 and 32, okay, there are 3 records. So what is the max ID here? 232. From here we need to take, okay, you should not repeat the values, 235. So this is our maximum value, 66 235. Suppose from here, suppose I'm going to take 100 records, then the 100 records it is going to take. So this value we need to store it into our object store. So this is called watermarking concept. In detail, I have explained in the previous video. The link is available in the video description. Just go through it. Okay, how it is going to work. So it's like, suppose we have 1 to 10 records. Okay, 1 to 10 records. 1 to 10. So it's like, so every set, okay, I'm going to process 2 records. So this is my first set. Then next 3 to 4. Then 5 to 6. Then 7 to 8. Then finally we are going to process 10 records. So we should not take duplicate records. Okay. So this is our scheduler. What it will do? It is going to run every 1 minute. So here we are going to retrieve. Okay. Here we are going to retrieve the value. Here we are going to select. Then based on that payload, again we are going to take the maximum ID. If you don't have any maximum ID, just we are going to default. So this is what we have done it for single table. Now how to do it for multiple tables? So it's very simple. So what you can do is, okay, so go to your project. Okay, go to your project. So here click on this main mule here, click on new, mule configuration file. Just click on this mule configuration file. Okay, my file name is employee data load. See here, one more XML is created. So what you need to do is, okay, just create one flow. Just type flow here, just type flow, drag this flow here. Okay, employee data flow. Now observe, see, even if you want everything you can write it here, but I want to create different flow. So what you can do is just select the entire process. Okay, just click on this one, control, see, click this one and control and select. Okay, just a second, it is resolving the metadata. Just to save it. Just copy all these components, like just click here, click on each component. So if you click one component, we can able to copy only one. What you can do, press Control, okay, from keyboard, Control plus click every component or connector, okay. Take this one, press Control. There is another component, okay. This entire choice router is one of the component here. Just copy this, Control C. Just copy this, Control C. Go to employee data load. Click on this process and do Control V. See here, the beauty of Control C and Control V. So you no need to drag and drop, okay. See, not required to do drag and drop, and again no need to configure everything. Just the same message, okay, the same message flow or the full load flow, whatever you want, just do copy paste, okay. This is for employee, okay, employee data load. Just do copy paste first, then we'll see how to configure. Now this is one table. Then what is the another table? One is loan payment and one is customer, right? Click on this source main mule, go to new, mule configuration file, loan payment load, okay, loan payment load or loan payment data load into AWS. Okay, again, just go to mule palette, type flow here, just drag this flow. Okay, now go to main flow. Okay, this is our main flow now. Okay, this is our main flow. So copy this, Control, select all the connectors, Control C, go to loan payment data, click on this process, just to paste it here. Okay, this is our loan payment data flow. See what we are doing, loan ID, it is 0 we are setting. Then select from database, select from database. So what it will do, so it's very important, the query, okay, just observe here, select star from loan payment, where loan ID, first of all, where loan ID greater than 0, okay, the very first time it will give 0 here and the limit is 5. Next time, if the loan ID is 5 or 6, okay, instead of this input loan ID, it will take from object store, okay, object store, and it is going to process. It is going to process here. So this is about loan payment details. Now go to main flow. Now I want to call these flows. Okay, now I want to call these flows. So what you can do, just delete, click on this control and each component here. See, just delete, press delete button. Now I want to call first a loan payment data flow. Okay, loan payment data flow. So how to call this? So there are many ways, but just use flow reference here. Just drag this flow reference. Just name it as flow reference for loan payment flow call. Okay, loan payment flow call. So here you need to select actually. So in the drop down, so which flow you want to call first? Loan payment data flow. Okay. See, whatever we have written earlier, that is correct only. But I want to call, I want to load multiple data, multiple tables data into AWS bucket. So that is the reason what we are doing is, okay, we are going to use loan payment data flow here. See, loan payment data, just we are going to keep all this necessary connectors. Okay, the entire flow here. So instead of writing into single flow, what we are doing, we are going to separate into multiple flows. That's it. It's very simple. Now again, loan payment. Okay, once loan payment flow call is done, so what we need to do is, okay, I need to call employee data flow, right? Okay, employee flow call. The drop down, just select employee data flow. So now it will go to reference flow. Automatically it will take you to the corresponding flow here. So this is our employee flow. Observe carefully. So these configurations we need to modify for each and every flow. So what is our table name first? So this you need to query here. Select star from employees. Just try to fetch all the rows here. You need to take the primary key here. So employee ID. Okay, the key is employee underscore ID. So instead of loan ID, what I will do here, EMP ID. Okay, EMP ID. So object store. What we need to, you need to create new object store for. Okay, you need to create new object store for employee details. Okay, EMP object store. EMP object store. Okay, just click on this. Okay, so now by default it is 0. It will start from 0. Select star from employees where employee underscore ID where, so what is the value? I mean, what is the key? We have set it here. So this is the target variable is loan ID. So instead of loan ID, so EMP ID we have configured. So this EMP ID, we need to make the input of EMP ID where's dot. So this is one of the variable where's dot EMP ID. So this value dynamically it will take from object store. So I'll debug this one. Okay, I'll debug and I'll show you how this is going to work. Even in the last video we have discussed about this one. Now, so first it will take first 5 rows from a table. Then it will go to choice router. When the payload is greater than 0, it will go to store. Okay, it will go to store here. So max of payload of loan ID, not loan ID. So what is the column name here? So that column name you need to mention employee underscore ID. Employee underscore ID. So every time the max ID it is going to take here. So here you need to change the object store. So, okay. So each and every table we need to create different object store. Otherwise it is going to override the values. So for loan payment, just create loan payment object store. For if it is employee object store. Okay, employee object store. Now transform message. In this transform message, we are going to convert into CSV format. Now the very important one. So you need to put object. So where we need to place, okay, in single bucket only, just I need to place all the values. So instead of loan payment, I'm going to keep it as employee. So what it will do, okay, you may get a confusion here. Just go to data wave. So I should not create, see, I should not create duplicate name, the file name, okay, the file name as duplicates. If you don't give this date and time here. So that is the reason what we are doing employee. So now is the predefined function. It is going to generate the timestamp. Okay, every time. So this is how it is going to work. See the same flow, just we need to change. Just we need to change the object store and the object store values and the query and this one. Okay, now coming to another table. There is one more table. It's called select star from customer. Okay, select star from customer. I'll take the customer code. Okay, just I'll take it as customer code here. So again, it's very simple. Source main mule. Okay, click on new mule configuration file. Customer load data or data load. Customer data load. Click on finish here. See what are we doing here? So for each table, just we are creating the separate flows. Okay, for each table data load, just we are creating the separate data flows. Now you can go to loan payment or employee data load, whatever it is. Just to copy these values. Control, click. Okay, go to customer data load, click on this process and copy paste here. Again, it's very important one. What is the table name and what is the key you want to set it? Go to retrieve first. So instead of loan ID, customer ID. Go to advanced. The target variable is customer ID here. Okay, customer ID. Now select. So input of customer ID, where's dot customer ID here. This input of customer ID, we need to add in our query. So for testing purpose, the limit I have given only for 5. In real time, we are going to give it as like 500 or 5000. Okay, that is depends on requirement. Now select star from customer where it's not a loan ID. It's a customer code where customer code greater than input of customer ID. The very first time here also it is 0. Anyway, I'll debug this one and I'll show you how this is going to work. Now go to retrieve. Okay, go to retrieve. So instead of loan object store, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create customer object store. So by default, okay, by default it is going to store the values that it is. If you want, you can configure here. Okay, that is another concept I'll explain. Okay, what is max entries and what is TTL and everything. But as of now, just you can configure this. See, everything it is drag and drop. Everything it is a drag and drop only. Now, instead of loan ID, the customer ID, so customer code. Once again, verify here. Okay, cust ID. Okay, IS caps. So this you need to make sure. So how you have defined the variables or keys. Okay, customer code here. Now go to put object. Just go to put object. Instead of loan payment, customer verify once again. So whether we have configured all the values correct or not. See, the key is loan ID only. So instead of loan ID, EMP ID. Okay, this you need to make sure EMP ID. So here in the select query also, okay, employee ID, input of employee ID. This one employee ID, the key is employee ID. We are going to store the maximum employee ID. We are going to store here. Okay. Now just make this breakpoint here. Okay. So for customer data load also, I'll keep a breakpoint. So how this is going to work? So if it is loan payment, so if we have any loan ID, if you have any loan ID in the object store, that value it is going to take. Now go to main flow. See here, employee flow call. So this is about employee flow. Now drag one more flow reference. Okay, one more flow reference. So this is for customer data flow, cust flow. Okay, simply I will write it like this. Okay, here the problem is, just observe here, the problem is, so first it will load this data, then it will come here. It's like in a sequential order, it is going to run 1, 2, 3, then it will come out of it. Okay, then it will come out of it, but I want this in a parallel mode. Okay, first I'll debug this one, then we'll see how this is going to work in a parallel mode. Just let me write one more logger here. Load data is completed for all. Just see here how to debug. Okay, just add the breakpoints. Just give right click, debug project with data full load, just to save it. So meanwhile, what you can do, you can log in into your S3 bucket, go to all services, S3, okay, ViTech ETL POC. Okay, this is my bucket. So as of now, we have only 2 files. So every 1 minute it is going to run. See the same flow only. So whatever we have used for an incremental model, okay, the same incremental model we are going to use it for all these 3 tables: customer data flow, employee data flow, and we take a loan payment data flow. Okay. So once the application is up, then it is going to start for every 1 minute. Okay. So now I'm running in a debug mode. At the end, I'll show you with running in normal mode how quickly it is going to create the files. Still it is deploying in local. Just wait for a second. The application is started. Okay. So now you can see the debug pointer here. Okay. Just click on this F6. See, it will go to loan payment first. Okay. So loan payment, and it will take the data from loan payment. See, whatever the value it is present here. See, the loan ID, it's already there. 930. Okay. Just observe here. 930. Select star from loan payment. Okay, it will take from 930. So wherever it is present, then it will start from there itself. Okay, let it be. Now click on this F6. So here you can see, is there any data? See the size. Okay, I'm going to take only 5 records. Now the maximum ID, the max ID, it is going to store from this entire payload. So what is the max ID? Suppose you can consider this is our max ID. So this value it is going to take and it is going to store in an object store. Now click on this F6. So if you want to go to another breakpoint, then click on this resume. Okay, that's it. Now here we are converting the object into CSV format. So once it is converted, then we are going to insert. Okay. The AWS key ID you provide does not exist. Okay. So 403. So it means there is some issue with the key. So let me generate auto security credentials. So if this is the case, then let me stop this. See access key. Okay. You need to use this access keys. 10 days ago. Okay, someone is created. So if you want to create new one, okay, it is going to allow only 2 access keys. Okay, we need to delete. You need to delete one. To confirm deletion, enter the access key ID. Okay, yes. Just create new one. So this is my access key. Go to global elements. Click on this Amazon S3 configurations. Now secret key. Just remove this and add this one. Click on this test connection. Now test connection is successful. Now again, so what you can do is you can debug. It is deployed now. Okay. Click on this F6. Again F6. So it will take the data and it is going to store the maximum value in object store. Then it will convert. Okay. Then we are going to load the data into AWS. See, once it is completed, okay, once loan payment is completed, then it will go to employee flow call. Click on this F6. So observe carefully here. So what is the value? It is available. Okay. Just a second. See, employee ID is 0. See here, employee ID, it will start from 0. So the query, first it will start from 0 and it will fetch only the first 5 records. If you want, you can use here is like order by also, okay? So first 5 it will fetch. Next, it is going to store. It's going to store these values. So let me debug here. Just keep this value and click on this evaluate. See, these are the values it is going to fetch from database and it is going to load these values into S3. Okay, now employee flow is completed. Now customer flow. Okay, same like for customer flow. See here, the customer ID is 0. Okay, it will take first 3 values because I have given the limit is 3. Okay, not limit. Okay, it is 5. Okay, the size is 5 only. Size of payload. See, the same process it is going to. So once it is completed, then it will come out of it. Then again, every 1 minute it is going to start. So that is the reason you can able to see this debugger here. Now, what I will do, let me go to S3. This is my bucket. So here I can see extra files. See here, you can see customer file is there, employee file is there, loan payment file also it is available. Okay. So like this, it is going to happen. I'm going to click on this F8. This F8. Okay. It will take you to the next breakpoint. See here now employee data. Now it is going to take customer data. Okay. Like this, it is going to work. But here the problem is, okay, you have to wait for, okay, once it is going to complete this one, okay, you have to wait until this time. You have to wait again. This process has to wait for until these 2 tables data load. So instead of going to wait, so what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to run this in a parallel mode. Okay, how to run this? Okay, let me stop this one. So here we do have scatter gather. Okay. So if you want to execute, okay, if you want to execute all these processes in a parallel mode, we can use scatter gather. Just drag this one. One more, just drag here. See here, the black, okay, the black line. Okay, just you need to leave in this place. Otherwise, it is going to place it into another place. Okay, just you need to drag this. So the arrow mark is very important. The straight line, just you can leave it here. Now, there is one more. Okay, just you need to drag and you need to leave here. So what it will do, so all these processes is going to run in a parallel mode. So once everything is complete, then only it will come out of it. Then only it will come out of it. Okay, but everything it is going to run in a parallel mode. Earlier, so without using scatter gather, so everything it is going to run in, everything it is going to run in sequential order. Now I'm going to run this in a parallel mode. Okay, how many records are there? Let's try to print here. select star from employees. So count of star. Okay. Okay, there are 33 records. Every time it is loading only 5 records. So in this case, what I will do is for every single fetch, I'm going to make it as 10 records or 20 records. Okay. For every single fetch, it is going to take 20 records for all these tables. So the limit is 20. So once the limit is reached, what will happen? We'll see. Okay, it will go to default only. Okay, you can see here. So based on timestamp, you can able to decide, okay, which one it is inserted first and which one it is inserted at the latest records. Okay, 1244, okay, something like this, 124407. See here, the process is completed. Okay, process is completed. Load data is completed for all. Load data is completed for all. So that you can able to see the data. So that we can able to see. Now it's at 1250. See here, 1250. Loan payment data. Okay, 1251. See, so every 1 minute it is running. So what it will do, it will take the data and it will dump into this AWS bucket. Okay, just it will take the data and it will. Okay, let me verify this. Let me verify this file. How many records? Okay, what is the latest record which it is present? Where is download option? Yes, download is here. So let me try to open this file, or else go to downloads and you can just go to downloads. Support manager ID. Okay. See here, employee ID, 5 records. The 5 records, it is loaded. Even we have changed it to 20, but might be that is not reflected here. Okay, see, every 1 minute, it is going to take this data. Process is completed, process is completed. Okay. Load data is completed for all. So every 1 minute, it is going to run. Okay, what is the query. Okay, all the records are processed. Wait for the load. Okay. See, once you complete this, everything, I'll show you here. Okay. Suppose later on, there is some other user, if they have inserted 5 rows, how automatically it is going to take this data. So this is our main motto here. Okay. So every 1 minute or every 5 minutes, the records are going to load into your MySQL table, the same records. Okay. So it's like batches wise, you have to load the data into AWS bucket. Batches wise, you have to load this data into AWS bucket. Customer data 124451. So 53 and 54 also. Okay. Let me download this. So this is my latest file. Okay, it seems okay. It's completed all the records. See, here you can see only 3 records. Here you can see only 3 records. Okay, that means it is completed all the records from this table. Okay, that's fine. Now see the beauty here. Okay, select star from employees. See 193. Okay, it is completed. Up to this part, it is completed. All the records. Okay, see here, all the records are processed. Wait for to load the source table. Okay, so whenever there is a data, it is completed. Okay, if you don't have any data, then it will not go to this part. It will not go to this part because we don't have any records. Then automatically it will go to default. It will go to default and it will wait for 1 more minute. Is there any records? Is there any records are present? Then it will take the data and it will load into the AWS. It's very, very important. This if condition, it's like choice router. It's very, very important. When the size of payload is greater than 0, then you need to load the data and you need to set the value. Otherwise, just simply run this default condition. Just print the logger. Okay, now let me remove here. Now what I will do, I'll insert few rows. See here, just I'll insert this. It is inserted after 193. Okay, after 193, say 200, 201, 203, 204, 205, 206. If the batch is only 5 records, what it will do? First 5 records it will take. Okay. Process is completed. Okay, that means it is going to take only few records. 57. Okay, let me do refresh here. So this is my latest file. So this is how we are going to automate. Still it is loading. See here. Okay, all the 5 records. It will fetch from MySQL and it is going to load the data into AWS. Now there is another batch, might be okay, 1258. Still it is 57. Let me verify the logs. Okay, it is completed. Now go to AWS S3, verify. The latest data is present or not. Okay, see here, the size also 578 bytes. Okay, so here 299. Just click on this one, download. See, we should not load any duplicate data. We should not load any duplicate data. Also, the batches wise, see, 205 and 206. Okay, only 2 records are left from this table. Okay, compared to previous batch. So first 5 it took in a last run. Next remaining 2 records, it is loaded now. So this is how we can transform the data. Okay, transform the data from MySQL to AWS. Okay, MySQL to AWS with multiple tables in a single time. With multiple tables. See here. See the same logic. Just you need to apply for all the tables. Okay, now I have loaded for 3 tables. So what you guys can do, you can try for all 7 tables or 8 tables. Okay, whatever I have given the assignment. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching this. Happy learning. If you have any doubts, please do comment in the comment section so that I'll happy to assist you for the same.